Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. And I recently heard about a couple of brothers called the Dodge Brothers. So I was kind of interested in the history of that. I know the Dodge cars, Dodge trucks, and during the early 1900s, the name Dodge became a household name among consumers in American culture. Dodge brothers, John Francis and Horace, were born in Niles, Michigan. They were pioneers and helped put America on wheels during the early days of automotive manufacturing. They established a small machine shop in Detroit in 1900 when the city was growing. Industrial minds and workforce came together to create the automotive capital of the world. Later, they would relocate their shop to Hastings Street in Monroe, employing 200 men. At the very beginning, they created a ball bearing bicycle, the Evans and Dodge bicycle. At that time, bicycles helped fill the transportation needs of many people. However, the Dodge brothers would expand their manufacturing to include the automotive industry. In 1902, the brothers received their first order from Olds Motor Works of Detroit for 3,000 transmissions. During that time, they were also involved with other well-known automotive pioneers like Henry Leland and W.C. Leland for components like steering parts and axles. By 1903, bicycles were abandoned, and the brothers focused entirely on making automotive parts. The Dodge brothers made a good impression on Henry Ford. He was impressed with their operation and offered them 1/10 interest in his newly formed Ford Motor Company. The condition was that they had to equip their manufacturing business to build Ford engines and parts exclusively. Later, Horace Dodge would redesign the rear axle, the engine, and the other parts. It was the best times for the Dodge brothers, as they owned 10% of Ford and their own operation, making them one of the largest manufacturers in the world. By 1910, they built a plant covering 24 acres in Hamtramck, Michigan. But as Henry Ford started expanding his manufacturing capabilities, the Dodge brothers started looking to distance themselves from Ford and build their own car. On July 17, 1914, the Dodge brothers took their company public, selling $5 million in common stocks. Automotive historians said that by the time the Dodge brothers entered the market, the largest companies owned entire forest ranges and were committed to wooden frame bodies with sheet metal. Later, the brothers became good friends with Edward Budd, who could offer bodies made from pressed steel. First Dodge rolled off the assembly line on November 14, 1914. It offered a practical design compared to other available options and sold for $785. 1915, the brothers offered a touring car, which became very popular. Dodge received 21,000 applications for dealerships and sold 45,000 units in 1915. The Dodge brothers later became a huge success and vaulted into number 2 U.S. car maker. Unfortunately, both brothers died within months of each other in 1920. John from pneumonia in New York City and Horace from influenza. Without the founders, the company was not able to duplicate its success, and financial advisors recommended that the Dodge brothers' widows sell their interest in the company in 1925. 3 years later, Walter P. Chrysler purchased Dodge for $170 million. He said, "Buying Dodge was one of the soundest acts of my life. I say sincerely that noting we have done for the organization compares with that transaction." In conclusion, the Dodge brothers will always be part of the automotive heritage and culture. So, short history on the Dodge brothers, and I run across all various things. I read some things off the internet, and I improvised as well, and that's why I was able to find out on the Dodge brothers. I remember seeing something. I don't know if it was on television or where it was. It said Dodge brothers, and it kind of interested in me. I mean, I didn't realize there were Dodge brothers. Like I said, I've known to know the name Dodge for years, and always I always thought Dodge had always been owned by Chrysler, but that wasn't the case. Anyway, that being said, looking for more information. I'm looking for more ideas on shows to do in the future. My show focuses on preserving history. Like, subscribe, share. As always, thanks for watching.